This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Hazleton's Mayor Joe Yannuzzi shares a Joe Madden story as the Chicago Cubs get ready for the next round of the playoffs. Happy Friday and thank you for watching FYI. I'm Ken Cara and here's our Friday headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton Mayor Joe Yannuzzi told FYI yesterday that the city will soon enter negotiations to determine how it will repay close to $1.4 million in legal fees to civil rights lawyers who fought Hazleton's Illegal Immigration Relief Act and won. Tonight, reaction from the man behind the IIRA, former Hazleton Mayor and current Congressman Lou Barletta, about Tuesday's ruling that the money be paid.
Well, I disagree with the decision. I've disagreed with the court in Scranton, the federal court in Scranton, as well as the Third Circuit Court, and was disappointed that the Supreme Court refused to hear the Hazleton case, even though they ruled in favor of the state of Arizona, who used the Hazleton Ordinance. So the Hazleton Ordinance was legal in the Ninth Circuit. It's legal in the Eighth Circuit, where Fremont, Nebraska used our ordinance, but it's not legal in Hazleton. What's the cost of doing nothing? While I was mayor, we saw our population grow by almost 50%, but our tax revenue stayed the same. There was no question that illegal immigration was a problem in Hazleton. I went to ask the federal government in Washington for help in December of 2005, and they did nothing. They did nothing to help us with a problem that was created by the federal government. And the death of Derek Kishline on May 10th in 2006 was the final straw for me. I realized that I had to do something to try to protect our city and protect the taxpayers and our community from a problem that the federal government refused to help.
I talked with Mayor Joe Yannuzzi about this and asked him the same question I'm going to ask you. Now, seeing what happened, any regrets of what you did?
Well, what would the cost be of doing nothing when you realize what the cost of illegal immigration is when you're providing services to a portion of the population that aren't paying taxes or aren't contributing to the services, and we saw that happening. What was the cost if we did nothing? I really didn't feel that there was a choice, and no, there are no regrets. The regret is that we weren't in the Ninth Circuit where we would have prevailed, or we weren't in the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals also where we would have prevailed. We just happened to be in the wrong place where the court ruled against us, but yet the same language, the same law in other parts of the country is legal. The purpose of the Supreme Court is to make sure that we don't have a patchwork of laws, and that's exactly what they left here by refusing to hear the Hazleton case. I would have continued to fight this decision, and I think it was a bad decision and wrong.
Mayor Yannuzzi hopes that the city can repay the money over a 10-year period. He says negotiations could begin next week. In other news, the Chicago Cubs start their National League Division Series against the Cardinals tonight at 6:30. We talked baseball and Joe Madden with Hazleton's Mayor Joe Yannuzzi and Congressman Lou Barletta.
Every time he talks, he mentions Hazleton, which is nothing but good because we've had nothing but bad, and he brings a bright light on Hazleton. I coached Joe way back in the Ernie Valent League. He's he was such a great kid and such a great talent. I knew he was going somewhere, but never did I realize that he would go this far in baseball because he was really good in football. I always tell the story. He went to Lafayette, and we went to see him play, me, Richie Rabbits, and Jack Sywell, and my brother. We went down and saw him play, and he did such an outstanding job as a freshman, and wow, a week later he gave up football for baseball. I said, what? You must be crazy. Well, I'm wrong about that one. He is absolutely right. The man at what, 18 or 19 years old, he made a decision that, look where he is today. He's got it. That guy is good.
The fact that Joe has the Cubs in the playoffs in his first year is just incredible. I mean, everyone knew that when Joe Madden took the job with the Cubs that he would turn that franchise around. but I don't believe anybody expected him to do so well in just his first year. If Joe can keep it going and get the Cubs into the World Series, that would just be incredible. He's a great manager, but he's a great person, and we're all proud of him.
Moving on tonight, some charges were dismissed yesterday against a Tamaqua restaurant owner. A preliminary hearing was held for 45-year-old Alfonso Picone, the owner of La Dolce Casa Italian restaurant in Tamaqua. Police allege that he stole more than $300,000 from a 91-year-old couple. It's money he promised to invest for them. District Judge Stephen Mayer dismissed 3 of the theft charges. Picone now faces 2 counts of theft and 2 counts of dealing in proceeds from unlawful activities, all felony charges. He remains free on bail. A rosary rally is being held in communities across the country tomorrow, including here in our area. Prayer events are scheduled for noon tomorrow at Columbus Park, the Grottos at Most Precious Blood Church and Holy Rosary Church, all in Hazelton, Good Shepherd Church in Drums, the courtyard of the Monoy City High Rise, and the Pennsylvania Anthracite Miners Memorial in Shenandoah. The America Loves Fatima organization holds the rallies each year on the closest Saturday to October 13th, the feast of the last apparition of Our Lady of Fatima. Tonight, season 7 of The Girls continues on SSPTV. I think it's 7, maybe 8. Tonight, the topic is ALS as Janine and Deb talk with Tom Rahman, who has the disease. Tom's wife, Ginny, will also be on the show. Check out this emotional episode tonight at 9 p.m. right here on SSPTV. Plus, you can catch the show on SSPTV.com. Tomorrow you can shop and help out some wonderful organizations all under one roof. The Fall Community Carnival will be held tomorrow at the Laurel Mall. Area nonprofit organizations will take part in the event. There will be homemade ethnic foods, baked goods, raffles, and more. Plus, the annual Columbus Day Sidewalk Sale is underway today through Monday at the Laurel Mall. It's another glorious Football Friday in Northeast Pennsylvania. We'll get you ready for all of the action tonight in sports. And next, meet Shane the cat who loves his close-up shots. Adopt Me from the Hazelton Animal Shelter is coming up.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Why choose Sand Springs? Because we have signature drinks, of course, right, Stacy?
Absolutely. Every wedding does come with a choice of a signature drink for the bride and groom to be offered to the guests. And one of the new unique ways that we have been doing signature drinks is through the use of a type of bar setup, whether that be a sangria bar, mimosa bar, a coffee bar. There are so many options for that to make it more unique for your guests.
I think my children would like a milkshake bar. Do you do that for the kids?
We can do a milkshake bar. Anything the bride and groom would want, we can do.
Again, there are so many choices when it comes to planning your wedding that these choices you can do separately, but it's not just a cookie cutter event where you come in and you say it's wine, it's beer, it's alcohol. It's, choosing that signature drink or drinks of your choice. You have champagne as well.
We do. One of the most popular things that we have is between the sangria bar that we have and the mimosa bar that we can do here. And the nice thing with that is that yes, every wedding is different, but so is every wedding guest. And by having the bar set up, they get to choose what they put in their drink.
That's nice too. Okay, from the bar with the specialty drinks, you also offer, which we spoke about before, the candy bars.
We do a candy bar, which is a great option for the bride and groom if they want to do that as their wedding favor. We also do a s'mores bar, which is something else that's really nice to do and a little bit different.
All right. So each and every week here on FYI, we tell you why you should be choosing Sand Springs for your next party, especially those weddings or those holiday parties.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Check out these fall colors up in the Hazleton Heights. It was a nice day, but this shot was taken before the rain started to fall. Let's check out our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely before 9 p.m., then isolated showers between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m., and some of the storms could produce gusty winds. It will be mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 44. The extended forecast, things clear up for Saturday, mostly sunny, high in the upper 50s. Saturday night, mostly clear and cool, low of 38 degrees. Sunday will be sunny with a high of 62. Sunday night, mostly clear, a low of 45 degrees. On Columbus Day, it will be sunny with a high in the mid-60s. On Monday night, there's a 30% chance of showers after 2 a.m., partly cloudy, low of 50 degrees. Tuesday, 30% chance of showers before 2 p.m., partly sunny, high of 61. And then on Tuesday night, partly cloudy, our low will be 41 degrees. And now time for our midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 8, 5, pick 3, 2, 4, 1, pick 4, 4, 1, 5, 1, and pick 5, 4, 6, 7, 5, 5. Your lottery numbers right here on FYI, brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you, one on Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue. The other one is on Broad Street in Nescapec. You can call Boyer Insurance in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescapec at 570-752-7683. When we come back, it's our Football Friday feature. Right now on FYI, here's Adopt Me.
Hello again. Here I have with me Bernie. Bernie's a dog we've actually already featured once before on the Adopt Me segment, but we'd like to give him another chance to get in front of the cameras and show how much of an active and playful dog he is. Bernie, in fact, just participated in the Walk for Autism this past Sunday at Whitetail Preserve. Bernie walked a whopping 3 miles in order to help raise funds for charity, and he was a great traveling companion. Bernie, of course, is neutered, already up to date on all of his shots. He's also been tested for heartworm and Lyme disease, like all of our dogs up for adoption. He has a lot of energy, and we're hoping somebody that has an active lifestyle and likes to go for long walks will come and have a look at our Bernie here. And that's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Shane. Shane is an approximately 6-month-old cat here in our male colony. Like all of our males here, he's already neutered and has been brought up to date on all of his vaccines, including rabies. Shane was also tested for feline leukemia and FIV. Being a younger cat, he's very playful and inquisitive. He also seems to get along well with the other cats, especially other cats his age. Shane loves to be petted and is very playful. Because of his very good nature, we recommend Shane for anybody who has cats already or even for beginners. So that's it for this week. If anybody's interested in Shane, Bernie, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption here at the Hazleton Animal Shelter, come on down to 101 North Poplar Street in Hazleton.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The Hazleton Area High School football team is trying to get back to 500 tonight against Crestwood. It could be a close game, and it could come down to Hazleton area kicker and captain Tristan Williams. If that happens, the Cougars will like their chances. Here's our intern, John Eric Polai.
Anyone who follows the Hazleton area football team would know that the Cougars have one of, if not the best kicker ever in the school's 24-year history in senior Tristan Williams. What they don't know is Williams wasn't always a football player.
My friend Logan, he came up to me and asked me to come out for the football team. He said, I watched you kick before just when we were playing backyard football, and he said I did really good. He said, why don't you just come out? I'm like, okay. I came to a practice, tried kicking. Coach Drummond was the coach at the time, and he said he was really impressed, and he said, why don't you just come onto the team? You could really be a big help for us.
Since Williams joined the football team, he has been lights out for Hazleton, giving the Cougars an advantage in every aspect of the kicking game. Williams goes to camps in the summer to work on his kicking game, and now has college scouts from all 3 divisions of college football looking at him.
The first thing, offensively, we have a chance to score points, we feel, anytime we get inside the opponent's 30-yard line. He proved that last year. He was a school record 43-yarder down at Daniel Boone last year. He's 3 field goals already this season. He's very effective at the PAT field goal game, but he's a great kickoff guy. He can drive the ball into the end zone. He can loop the ball. He can kick hard squibs. He can place the ball in the punting game as well as any high school kid ever seen. He does an outstanding job.
I go to a kicking coach down in New Jersey, Ricky Krautman. He helped me for 2 years. He showed me techniques and workouts for kicking to get better, stronger at distance. My coach here, Michael Fuchek, he helps out a lot. You know, he always is like pestering me to keep doing good.
Tristan Williams does more than just kick for the Hazleton area Cougars. He also leads them. This offseason, the team voted him as one of the team's captains. Williams has been doing a great job as a leader. The team opened the season by upsetting Coughlin in Week 1 before falling on a 3-game losing streak. Having a young team with a freshman quarterback and sophomore running back, Williams, along with the rest of the captains, held the team together during the tough stretch. Last week, the Cougars exploded to a 47-0 victory over Pittston area, and now have a good chance of getting to 3-3 this Friday night.
It's not just Tristan, it's all our seniors. You know, they all take a responsibility in our program, but, you know, Tristan's a calming influence. He's the same. He's never too high or never too low. And he came out and he performed extremely well the first 5 weeks of the season. And when our team was down, he was one of the constants in terms of making progress and making our team better.
For FYI Sports, I'm John Eric Poli.
Thanks, John. So again, the Cougars travel to Crestwood. There's a great article previewing that game in the Standard Speaker on standardspeaker.com. Men of Marion Stadium will host an Anthracite League showdown between unbeaten Lehighton and the Marion Colts, who are looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. Our top team in the FYI Coal Scale Monoy area will be tested as Monoy. They host Blue Mountain. Tamaqua is on the road at Minersville, and North Schuylkill visits the 462 football crew in Shenandoah. I cannot and I will not make any football score predictions, but I will tell you scores from games that already happened on our FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Marion girls volleyball team has a tournament this weekend and then a big match with Nativity at home on Monday. They won also on Thursday. Shenandoah Valley, they lost to Weatherly earlier this week. Blue Mountain beat Tamaqua. Let's go to college, where the Penn State Hazleton women's volleyball team picked up their second straight win. The Hazleton area field hockey team got back to their winning ways after losing to Coughlin earlier this week. Kara Sanford had 3 goals in this win over Delaware Valley. We'll have a feature on her next week on FYI. In girls soccer, Lynn Kistler now has over 20 goals this season for Tamaqua. She had 4 of them in this win over Lehighton. Hazleton area lost to Pittston. Tamaqua's Robbie Stidham scored 4 goals as the Raiders beat North Schuylkill. In boys soccer, the Chicago Cubs, they play at 6:30 on Friday, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins open up their season tonight at Providence. Ron Marchetti, he takes the field right now.
Is this the year that the Cubs trash the curse? I think so. Hi, everybody. This is Short Shots. Let's review this week. Then we will talk about the curse. But first and foremost, the Cubbies are not the only team rising up from the depths of their divisions. How about the Hazelton area Lady Cougars tennis team? They are undefeated at 13-0 and will start competing in the playoffs this coming Tuesday. They were in last place in their conference last year. So kudos to those Lady Cougars and good luck next week. Last Friday night, Hazelton area's football team pasted the Pittston Patriots 47-0 at Charlie Trippi Stadium. No one saw that one coming. Adrian Otero rushed for 164 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also, Carson Kinney added 70 yards on the ground. Freshman quarterback Ryan Wolk threw for $121 and 1 touchdown. The Cougars are 2-3. I love their chances to be at 500 before 10 p.m. tonight. Marion lost to Blue Mountain 19-7. The Colts are 3-2. Another score of local interest, Berwick lost to Selinsgrove 17-14. Fumbling in the rain was the team in Army's lost to Penn State 20-14, and Notre Dame's lost to Clemson 24-22. 6 fumbles, mother of God. What else? Pitcher Max Scherzer threw his second no-hitter this season while striking out 17 against the Mets. 2 no-nos in the same season only happened 4 other times in baseball history. Johnny Vandermeer threw 2 in a row. Nolan Ryan, Virgil Trucks, and Allie Reynolds. So now there's 5. On a lighter chord, how about that new funny Cable World TV commercial? You had to see it. It was on at least 18 times last weekend. Mercy and pitcher CC Sabathia of the Yankees announced that he has an alcohol problem and needs help on the day before the wild card game. The way he pitched, he must have had this problem all season. He was 6-10. He's supposed to be the ace. So he checked himself in to an alcohol rehab center and quit the team. Why not wait one more day until the Yankees were eliminated? He had to know they were going to lose because they stunk in September and he wasn't going to pitch anyway. That doesn't make any sense at all. And you know what else does not make any sense at all? The famous Billy Goat curse in Chicago. Now that curse supposedly began with a 4-1 Cubs loss to the Tigers in Game 4 of the World Series at Wrigley Field on October 6, 1945. Billy Sianis, who owned the Billy Goat Tavern in downtown Chicago, tried to bring his pet goat to the game and, of course, was denied admission. The Cubs lost the series in 7 games, and Sianis was very upset and vowed he would never return to Wrigley. Sianis went even further by putting a hex on the Cubs, saying the Cubs will never, ever reach the World Series again. It's a curse that has remained in effect for the last 70 years. That doesn't make any sense at all. And I'll predict right now, if the Cubs get past the Cardinals, they will go all the way, if they get past the Cards. Penn State has Indiana at home at noon, and Notre Dame has undefeated Navy at home at 3:30. Look out. Make it a good one till Monday. Be a good sport and stay loose.
Be happy, it's Friday, and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. Happy 47th birthday to Richie Vajak. Love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, Christ Church United Church of Christ, 460 Main Street in Cunningham, will be holding their annual Pumpkin Fest on Saturday, October 24th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They're having tricky trays, homemade food, bake sale, crafters, flea market, and much more. And finally, join the staff at Nescopec State Park to officially open a brand new Nature Discover Play area on October 25th from 1 to 3 p.m. This area, designed specifically for children, features a dirt-digging, fort-building nature art treehouse. The area is adjacent to the park office, and children should be prepared to get a bit dirty. Event is free of charge, and for more info, just call 570-403-2006. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Linda Marie Fulmer of drums. All services will be held privately and at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Brian Joseph Kiefer, formerly of Hazleton. Memorial is Monday at 1 p.m. at the Christ Lutheran Church in Cunningham. Andrea Morgan of Whitehaven. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Joseph A. Filizoff, formerly of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. And John Rosenberger of Whitehaven. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Donald Miller of Tamaqua. Donald, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Did some fact checking while I was on the desk. Probably should have done that before I got out here. It's season 8 of The Girls, and it's Tom and Ginny Raymond who will be on the show. Great people. Enjoy it tonight, 9 p.m. right here on SSPTV. I'm done for the week. Take it easy, everyone.
Burger Cadillac, Hazleton. Drive with experience.